We're mobile. Take Fox Sports 1350 with you using iHeartRadio. It's the IE's home for sports. KPWK AM 1350, Riverside, San Bernardino, an iHeartRadio station.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Oh. Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, right here live in the great city of Riverside on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. Visit us on the web at foxsports1350.com. We're also streaming on the iHeartRadio app. You know, I cannot wait until we get cameras in here. I had the microphone, so there's 3 microphones in the studio. You know, it's funny. Just my mind was thinking, I thought you used the one that's right in front of you because there's a mic that's right in front of you.
Yeah, I know you're looking at me like, why aren't you using the one right in front of you?
That's right in front of you. But,
I saw the look on your face. That was funny.
Big news, you know, we can announce it right now. We won't tell the platform it's going to be on, but after 7 years,
yes,
we are bringing cameras into Fox Sports 1350 IE Sportsnet with Coach B and Eternal. So we are going TV. We've already made our engineers here at the station have already told us the things we need. We've ordered the equipment.
Yep.
TVs are coming. We're about to get the Mac?
Yeah, well, yeah, we're getting, talking about Mac folks out there, we're going to get, you know, we were upgrading like Beyonce said, and we're getting the new MacBook Pro. So we're going to be operating the new stuff that you guys will see. Our software will be operated off that new Mac stuff. So no PCs over here.
So will it be like the song "Return of the Mac" since we're getting a new Mac?
You know what? Don't get me started. You know that's my song right there. You know, everybody that follows me on my Christian Mingle account.
Oh. But you know, I always got to do my morning commute bumps.
Yes.
Hashtag my commute bumps. And this morning, I was kind of feeling myself. I had to play a little Anita Baker.
Yeah, you know, first thing first. You know, when I saw that, I was like, you know, I don't know if he's been digging in my crates. You know, I mean, I was playing. I don't know if have you ever been to a Anita Baker concert?
I have been to very few concerts,
okay.
You know, and you know my story. The wife was a stay-at-home mom.
True.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul. We've gone to very few concerts.
Right. Yeah, I know. This is why I gotta get. You know, you see what I do. Anytime we get some tickets, I do my best to try to make sure y'all get out and get a little air. But yeah, no, I got a chance to see Anita. I am a huge Anita Baker fan. I mean,
well, it's been so long since we talked. You know what happened though? I mean, that album it's kind of like Lauryn Hill's album. She made a classic, and
it's the industry, man. It's different.
Yeah,
it's different. It's just like sports, man. It's difficult.
You know, because Lauryn Hill's album is probably one of the greatest hip hop records.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's got to be a top 25.
Oh yeah.
And then it just disappeared. But you know, and then like you said in the 80s, and I had to edit my tweet because I wrote so much. And I remember when that came out, we had that on record, not cassette.
Oh yeah, no.
We had that on record.
We were young guys. I was like in middle school.
Yeah, I think
we were playing
because I was still in the city. So
yeah.
I was in the hub city. So you're right. I was about the 5th, 6th grade. That came out.
It's like 87, 88.
Yeah. Because I moved out of the hub city in 89. So yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we're right here live, Fox Sports Radio, AM 13.
Coach being Eternal.
Yes, sir. And you know, we have a great show lined up today. A lot of stuff going on. Obviously, we're still in pandemic mode, so we want to make sure that first thing first, we send our thoughts and prayers to those, you know, who have lost loved ones this week.
Absolutely.
You know, obviously, every week is just crazy stuff going on, and again, make sure that we give a big shout out to all the first responders out there who you know, you don't really see them a lot, but you feel their impact here in the community. So we just want to make sure that we recognize them.
My first responder, the missus.
Yes, Miss Brandy Arrington. You know, everybody out there that's really just doing a great thing out there. Just want to make sure we shout those folks out.
Miss Small Pint.
Yes,
that is her. You know, she's only 5 feet. So
right.
Small Pint is her name.
That's funny. When I first saw that, I got a good laugh at that.
Yeah.
But in the sports world, Coach B, you know, we're gonna talk about the Lakers a little bit. The debacle last night, Coach B. A lot of people were just, you know, I think a lot of people assumed that the Lakers were gonna sweep
Yes.
The Houston Rockets.
Yes.
Big shout out to my man, Red Anthony Tyson, his uncle, actually. I want to say his name is Steve Jones. Please.
Who?
Right.
Steve Jones.
Right.
Steve Jones?
You might have to text me and tell me his name again. But he's actually the trainer. Got some TV time last night. He's the trainer for the Houston Rockets, and so he was watching with a very, very attentive eye. And man, those Rockets went out there. So we'll talk about a little bit about those Rockets. We definitely gonna talk about young straight backs. I don't know if you saw the game.
But I know you didn't ask me that question. The organization might be listening.
But no, young straight backs, no dilly, no dally.
From Moreno Valley?
From Moreno Valley.
Reggie Miller.
We're going to talk about the Reggie Miller exchange.
Yes, he corrected him.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I know. Did that hurt you? I mean,
nah. Reggie,
you sure?
Reggie,
no.
Right?
I mean, when you heard the proof that Kawhi wants to say he's from Mo Valley.
You know what? You know what? You keep on messing with me.
I just want to make sure you're okay.
You know. I can tell you where he's not from. He's not from Downey.
You got that glory tear.
Yeah, right. That Denzel tear.
I love the Mo Valley.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about and again, it's to be told, man, it is. Out here in the Inland Empire, and obviously you're from the LA County area, so you're not starved of talent.
I am not.
Of talent. That's
correct yourself. I didn't have talent.
You didn't have talent personally.
I was around talent.
Right. But you're around talent. There are people out there that actually, so you saw it. But again, in terms of, talent that you saw here, like people that you knew, you could say, hey, man, I saw, XYZ, and people that knew him had a connection with especially with like a superstar talent.
Absolutely.
And again, a guy like Kawhi Leonard, I've got a chance to talk about it often, is that he's a guy that actually, he's been giving back. Even when he was with the Spurs.
Yeah, because you was on him years ago.
Yeah,
because when he was at the Spurs, I thought he was going to be a good player, but I never knew he'd be. Right now, he's arguably top 3.
Yeah. Well, right. No. And again,
I never thought that he would be this.
Right. No, I can't. I would be, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that.
Right.
And so I want to kind of, I can't say that. But what I will say, I knew he was going to be a star.
Yeah.
In terms of like when he started doing what he was doing in the league, you kind of saw that early when the Spurs went all the way, and you saw what he was able to do with LeBron early. But anyway, what I'm excited about, what he does do is he just gives back, and he's been giving back since he was with the Rockets. He's he's held a
always in Mo Val. Did his camps in Mo Val. You went to his camp 3-4 years ago.
Right. Yeah. So again,
you talked to his right hand man, right?
Yeah. So we talked to Kawhi Leonard, and we're talking about Kawhi Leonard, and he used to always come back to the Moreno Valley Rec Center, do the camps over there. So again, always the guy that's been giving back to the community. Now since he moved the Clippers, one of the things he said, and we were actually at that when they did the announcement for him being traded to the Clippers.
Right.
And one of the things he talked about was now being home, that he could really have that connection with the community. So again, big shout out to our guy Kawhi Leonard, again, star player for the NBA.
Absolutely. And one of the great things that, and I didn't realize this, it may have been Reggie that said it, Reggie Miller. I didn't like the way he flaunted the fact that he lives in Malibu now, but that's okay. But the thing about it, Reggie Miller made a great point that I didn't even think about it. You look at the Clippers, top 2 players, Kawhi and PG,
right?
Southern California.
Yeah.
The top 2 players for the Rockets is Harden and Westbrook, SoCal guys.
Yeah.
And like he said, and that was Reggie Miller who said it. You think about it, Harden and Westbrook are from LA.
Right.
So when they play the Lakers, they have a different energy.
We're going to talk about that, like, again, because I think that's one of the things that really propelled them over the top. And you saw it, and they wanted that. Before we came on air, we heard McIntyre kind of talking about, where that aggression came from, Russell Westbrook. And, you and I being from here, we know where that came from.
Right.
When you all you've seen the Lakers and you don't get drafted there, so that's the team you're gunning for.
And Westbrook's another guy. It's funny. He's one of those guys is, when you look at high school, it's the best players that go to college. And then when you go from college to the pros, it's the best players in college to go to the pros. And Westbrook didn't really find himself until he got to the NBA.
Nobody.
I know he went to UCLA, but he wasn't one of those guys that you like, didn't
start, rarely came, come off the bench every now and then. So, a guy that really just came on the scene. And when he came on there, man, he came on there with purpose. So.
It's like they said about Shaq. When Shaq was in college, you knew Shaq was going to be good. But I remember people always said it, wait till you get to the NBA and there's no zone.
Right.
And the lane opens up.
Right.
And Shaq just went to a next level when he got to that next league. So we got a good show today. I'm excited, man. And, one of my biggest fears
ever
is water.
Oh.
So I saw the movie Titanic. And true story, when my brother, this is before I was born here, and I told my mother when I found this out, don't ever take me for water lessons. So this, you guys think this is the 70s.
Yeah.
And my brother took swim lessons at Luders Park. And he's like 4 or 5 years old. You know how they taught him how to swim?
They pushed you in there.
They picked him up and threw him in the deep end.
Let me tell you something. Again, me being a Riverside guy, I learned at Hunt Park. And I remember the day that I got pushed in there, and I saw my mother, and I had looking at my mother. I'm like, you just let this man push me in the water. And I don't even know what I look like. I don't even know. I don't even want to. But I was in there. But at this point, I can say that I jump in the water. It looks me diving in the water needs to be recorded on ESPN.
Right. So my brother. So if you know the Hub City,
okay.
My brother, he was maybe 5 or 6 years old at the time. He gets out the water, and he runs from Luders Park to our house on Sloan, which is about 3 miles.
Wow.
So
wow.
And my mother said from that day forward, that was his first and last lesson.
Oh, wow.
And so when young me comes, I didn't have to deal with that trauma.
Oh yeah, no, I was in there. I got all the trauma, but again, from that, I had the reverse effect on me. I've enjoyed the water ever since.
And the good thing about it now, Luders Park, the basketball gym is named after now DeMar DeRozan. So
right.
He didn't even grow up in that area, but it's all good.
That's how they do. But as you were saying, you're alluding to, we have a great a guest coming on. And this gentleman, we always want to talk about those that are doing a great thing in the community. We don't get a chance to recognize often. But this gentleman, not only is he a public servant, he's also he does things on his free time in terms of helping out other folks in the community. But like you talk about, he's in the water. He's doing some things in the water. So we'll talk about this man, this gentleman coming up here shortly, Coach B. And then if people want to tune in, if people want to connect with us, reach out to us.
Right, absolutely.
At IE Sportsnet. Again, if you guys want to take us mobile with you, what you guys can do is download the iHeartRadio app and search Fox Sports Radio AM 13, and we're right there.
Absolutely. And one thing that I also want to do, I want to make sure that I say good morning and thank you to our guy, Bill Young, president of the Riverside Police Officers Association, because you created the great graphic. I texted him, and I told him I was excited because I said Corporal Murphy had connected us.
Yes.
And Mr. Young corrected me. He said he was promoted to sergeant. So congratulations to our guy Murphy.
Oh, Murphy was promoted to sergeant.
That's what Bill Young had,
we got to make sure.
So Mr. Young corrected me and said, hey, put respect on it.
Put respect on it.
He's a sergeant.
It's crazy because, we're talking about our police officer. It's always because, we communicate with them often. And it's always a weird thing. Like, what do we call you? Because I don't want,
Right.
You don't want no trouble.
Exactly. Hey, are you sir? Do I call you mister?
Right.
Corporal, sergeant. Now we know Sergeant Murphy. So congratulations, man. Great guy.
Man. Oh yeah, great guy,
man. We look forward to doing more things with him in the city of Moreno Valley.
No doubt about it.
We can't wait to get more involved and embedded with him. We had some things that we're working on, so he's a great guy. Love what he's doing. So we're going to take a commercial break.
Yeah, commercial break. When we come back, we'll have a special guest calling in on the Boost Mobile Celebrity Be Heard Hotline, Coach B. So let's go ahead and do it.
Let's do this. You are listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
Andy Turner. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here live on Fox Sports 1350. We're right back after this.
What's up, world? This is your favorite comic, Tony Rock. And you're checking out Fox Sports. We are Fox Sports.
IE Sportsnet is the longest-running #1 sports talk show originating from the Inland Empire. Every week since 2013, Coach B and Eternal have brought you the best sports coverage from Riverside and San Bernardino counties. In addition to our top-rated show, IE Sportsnet also produces 10 events annually. The Inland Valley Classic All-Star Series, the Riverside Sheriff's Association All-Star Classic Series, and 215 All-Star Classic Series. These events attract over 5,000 spectators. Now is the perfect time to market your brand on one of the world's most recognizable stations, Fox Sports Radio, for as low as $25. That's right, you can advertise with Coach B and Eternal on IE Sportsnet and Fox Sports AM 1350 for as low as $25. Contact our account exec today, staff at iesportsnet.com, or follow up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at IE Sportsnet.
We are Fox Sports.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, postoperative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. All are welcome whom aren't afraid to recover their potential.
And you know I'm gonna get on Shaq with that picnic table suit.
Yo, this is Aries Spears on Fox Sports Radio.
We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. Make sure you visit us at foxsports1350.com, and we're also streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
Coach B, we do have a special guest live on the Boost Mobile Celebrity Be Heard Hotline. Right here live. And it's always a pleasure that we get a chance to reach out to the folks that are doing some good stuff out here in the community.
Absolutely.
In particular, Riverside and San Bernardino County.
The county you were born and
Riverside
raised in.
County right here, man. But, sir, please introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience right here live on the Celebrity Be Heard Hotline.
Good morning, gentlemen. My name is Mike Crabe. I'm a deputy with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department.
Oh, fantastic, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. We got referred to you, as Coach B was saying earlier to you, by now Sergeant Murphy.
Yeah.
But again, like we were saying before we brought you on, thank you so much for making the time to talk to us today. We don't get a chance to, see gentlemen like yourself that are doing some of the positive things. I know a lot of times.
Before we get started, I want to say thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for your service in the community.
Yeah, exactly. But please kind of talk to us, our audience, a little bit about what you do in terms of with the Sheriff's Department first, and then we'll kind of get into what your nonprofit is.
Okay, well, with the Sheriff's Department, I'm a patrol deputy. That's my primary job. And then my secondary job, I work for the Search and Recovery Dive Team. And in that position, we help locate different items, evidence, body recoveries, things like that throughout Riverside County and the different bodies of water that we have.
Now I used to live over there by Paris Lake, like Lake Paris, excuse me. And let me tell you something, now that beautiful spot. But I mean, you've obviously been down there more times than anybody. Tell us about. I mean, stuff gets lost down there all the time. Have you ever been to? I mean, what it is a mystery lake. Tell us about that lake right there in particular.
So I've been out here in Inland Empire since the 80s and went to Lake Paris quite a lot. Heard some of the same things that you did. What was under there, and it's actually a very, very clean lake.
Right.
There are people who have sunk boats and they lose items. We find GoPros, we find cell phones, we find all kinds of stuff that people leave under there. But as far as the lake goes, it's a beautiful lake. It's actually very clean.
Interesting. Now, one of the things that we brought you on for, because not only are you a public servant in terms of what you do with the Sheriff's Department, but you also give your time in terms of you volunteer and you're helping folks in the community. Tell us about that effort that you're doing, the name of the nonprofit that it is, and kind of the origin of how it got started.
I volunteer with an organization called Dive Guardians. And Dive Guardians was started by a former sergeant that I worked with, Randy Lung. He got into it because he recognized through his time with the military that there were a lot of organizations out there helping vets with PTSD and injuries that they had in the military. And he noticed that there wasn't a whole lot happening for our first responders. And when I say first responders, I mean law enforcement, paramedics, dispatchers, people in the medical field, people on the front line.
Right.
There wasn't a whole lot for them in the way of these types of organizations. He had a close friend of his who committed suicide.
Wow.
And that really was the catalyst for him looking at this and saying, at the time he was working with an organization helping military vets, and he's like, you know what, we need something for our first responders.
Right.
Because they're suffering just as much because of the daily, just the stuff that we deal with.
Right.
You know, and there's a thing called the John Wayne, kind of the John Wayne mentality where, you know, we're supposed to go to work and see all this stuff and
Right.
deal with all this trauma, and then we're supposed to be tough and not let it bother us.
Right.
And that's where we kind of get ourselves into trouble.
Right. Right. But yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm looking at your program right now. I'm on diveguardians.org. So with your program, you're actually teaching people how to do the scuba diving. Is that a part of rehabilitation? What's the motivation? I tell you, before you came on, one of my biggest fears in this world, and I think I saw Titanic one time too many, I swear to you, is water. And my wife wanted to go on a cruise, and I said no. So, but what are you guys doing with that, with the scuba?
So with scuba, and I'm like you know, I grew up in the 70s, and my experience with the ocean was the movie Jaws.
Right.
So that was
Yes.
my biggest fear.
Yes.
And every time I went in the water, I heard that, you know, that theme song in the back of my head. And that was a fear. That's long since gone. But with scuba, the health benefits of water and just that freedom and the peace that you find, it is so. It allows you to just kind of release, and you got to find a way to release that pressure, that daily pressure and that buildup.
Right.
And the great thing with scuba is it's a buddy sport. So you go with somebody. So you've got that person in your life who maybe you can't talk with, you can't express everything that's going on at work. You can bring them into this program, and you can do this together.
Nice.
And it's almost a healing, not only of the person who is maybe suffering from the PTSD, but that relationship that maybe needs a little bit of help as well. It helps bring, you know, those people together in this environment of scuba, and then the health benefits of there's a whole science behind it.
Right.
Of going deep under the water and getting more oxygen into your body and oxygen healing you. And the benefits just go on, and it's been proven. And the results from, people dealing with their PTSD and their whatever mental issues they have because of scuba, it's amazing. My own, issues and stress levels, I've seen greatly decreased because of being involved with this program for myself.
And that's great stuff. And, you know, it's funny you say Jaws, because another true story for me, when I was a kid, I remember going to Universal Studios, and they had the Jaws thing, and they still have it. And I was maybe 7, 8, and it scared me so bad. It's ridiculous. But one thing I want to say about, again, we're at diveguardians.org. I'm on the website. How can someone get involved with you if someone is suffering from the PTSD? And my father-in-law, he went to Vietnam, and he suffers from the PTSD. How can someone get involved with you? Do they just go ahead and go on the website? Do they register? How does someone benefit from your effort?
So a couple of ways. We are a nonprofit organization, so we are looking for donations and help that way. You can go into the website and click on the badge. There's a couple of different options. People can donate with a monthly commitment. We'd like to have $10 a month as just a base commitment, a couple of cups of coffee. That'll cost you, or a one-time donation. You can do it that way. We're always looking for volunteers that can help out. But the way the program is set up is for a first responder to come through the program, they're paid for. We cover all the costs for that first responder.
Oh, that's great.
And then they bring a buddy through the program, and that buddy is brought to the program at a discounted cost. Basically, they're just covering the cost of the program, and that's it. We don't make any profit off of it. But as far as the first responder, we provide everything for them. Kind of take away any of the reasons other than their fear of the water.
Right.
We kind of help them through everything, and it starts with pool sessions in a very controlled environment. We do dives off of the coast out here. We go out to Catalina.
Nice.
And I'll tell you, for your listeners, what got me, what really sealed it for me, was scuba, because I had that, that fear of the whole Jaws thing going on. The first time I stuck my face in the water out in Catalina, it was like I was in my own personal fish tank.
Wow.
My own personal little fish aquarium.
Right.
That you grew up seeing everywhere.
Nice.
And all these fish around you, and it's just amazing.
Nice.
It's like being on a different planet.
Right.
You're a guest on a different planet that you know nothing about.
Right.
And you're discovering things for the first time. And when's the last time we get so busy in our lives, when's the last time you discovered something for the first time?
Right.
It's
That's
just
amazing.
An amazing experience.
And I was just in Catalina earlier this year. My wife loves Catalina. I'm looking at your sponsors. I see the Riverside Sheriff's Association is one of your sponsors. And then Seaport Village in Avalon. Let them know that because of you, Coach B will be staying there. I was looking for a hotel to stay in Catalina. It's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, the wife and I, we love Catalina, and we want to go back this year. So Seaport Village Inn, I will be coming and giving you some business.
Yeah. And just I'm sorry, please go ahead.
I'm sorry, really quick. It's a simple number. 833-DIVE-911.
Nice.
That's the number that you can reach and talk to Randy and get plugged into the program. And I just want to put out, one of the biggest things that we look at with this whole program, one of the main driving forces, 2019, we had 228 cops that committed suicide.
Wow.
And there's help. It's available.
Right.
But again, we're in this community where we're supposed to be so tough and so brave. And just this year alone, there's been 120 cops that committed suicide. And you don't see it in the news, and you don't hear it talked about.
Exactly.
And people don't really want to talk about it. They just kind of hide it, even within our own, this career.
Right.
We don't talk about it.
Right.
Because it's something you don't want to think about. It happens more than it should, and we just don't want to talk about it because everybody thinks, oh, it's not me. That'll never happen to me.
Right.
And that's part of the problem.
Right.
Well, I can tell you just today, I know that for the people, I got goosebumps, man. This for the people today. They got a chance to hear you. I know that that was some saving grace. Because again, that's some stuff, as you mentioned, you don't hear that on the popular media outlets about things that are affecting affecting both sides. You have people in the community, then you have the folks that are actually protecting the community. So again, we just want to say collectively right here from Fox Sports Radio AM 1350, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for everybody over there at Dive Guardians for the great work that you're doing. And again, if you don't mind, please, again, just let our audience know before we conclude how they can get in contact with you again, and the name of the nonprofit and how they can get in contact with you, please.
Yeah, diveguardians.org. You can go on the website. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You can call the number, the 1-833-DIVE-911. Any of those will lead you to the website. You can sign up for the program. You can sign up to be a donor. And that would be the biggest help that anybody could do. If you're afraid of the water, you don't see yourself ever getting into scuba. Some people that's just the way they are.
Right.
I'm like that with skydiving. I'm never jumping out of a plane.
another fear of mine is heights.
So there's no sky guardians going on.
Right.
But they can help by donating.
Fantastic.
That helps out tremendously.
And we're going to make sure we set up a link on our website to where we can do that. And we'll also make sure that we give you guys a donation as well. So again, thank you, man. Keep up the good work, you guys. And anything goes on that you guys want to make sure you get a word out to the community, please feel free to use this as an outlet, okay?
Well, thank you for the opportunity. It's been great.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
And let Mr. Young and Mr. Murphy know we said thank you.
Yes, we said thank you. And again, thank you
I
for your
will
service.
let Sergeant Murphy know that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, you take care. Enjoy your weekend.
You too, gentlemen.
There it
Great
is.
Stuff.
All right,
that's good stuff right there.
Yeah,
that's what I like. And you think when you think of sports, there are so many things. I know football and basketball is huge. but there are huge sports out there.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. When he was just talking about diving in Catalina, man, I was
and that's the clearest water I've ever seen.
Man,
I know you've been on.
I'm about to say, I've been
you've been all over at Turcos and
INTL.
Yeah, you're living your best life, but it's okay. It's okay.
We're gonna get there, man. It's all good. But
absolutely.
Again, this really, thank you so much right there. We appreciate that. Riverside Sheriff's Sheriff's Association.
Absolutely.
Number one, who's been supporting us for 4 years.
Absolutely.
4 years plus.
Absolutely.
That's how we've been doing. They've been assisting us to where we can give out our scholarships. We do our Riverside County football game.
Right.
That doesn't happen without the support of the Riverside Sheriff's Association.
Absolutely.
And again, thank you so much to the Riverside County Sheriffs.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and take a commercial break. You're listening to IE Sports Net, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
And Eternal, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here live on Fox Sports 1350.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
IE Sportsnet is the longest-running #1 sports talk show originating from the Inland Empire. Every week since 2013, Coach B and Eternal have brought you the best sports coverage from Riverside and San Bernardino counties. In addition to our top-rated show, IE Sportsnet also produces 10 events annually. The Inland Valley Classic All-Star Series, the Riverside Sheriff's Association All-Star Classic Series, and 215 All-Star Classic Series. These events attract over 5,000 spectators. Now is the perfect time to market your brand on one of the world's most recognizable stations, Fox Sports Radio, for as low as $25. That's right, you can advertise with Coach B and Eternal on IE Sportsnet and Fox Sports AM 1350 for as low as $25. Contact our account exec today, staff at IESportsnet.com, or follow up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at IE Sportsnet.
We are Fox Sports.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, postoperative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. All are welcome whom aren't afraid to recover their potential.
Farmers Insurance. The office of Stacey Ann Holgate is a proud sponsor of Inland Empire Sports. Located in Riverside at 3641 Adams Street, Stacey Ann's office is able to assist you with your financial goals in planning for your future. Her office can also assist you with your business insurance, home, auto, and much more. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899. And mention Fox Sports AM 1350. Stacey loves her community and the kids in it. She knows they are the future, and investing in them is an investment towards a healthier community. Wouldn't you want to do business with someone who cares about your children almost as much as you do? Contact Stacey Ann Holgate's insurance agency at 951-977-9899 for ways she can help you and your family with all of your insurance needs today. Located at 3641 Adams Street in Riverside, California, Stacey Ann Holgate Insurance Agency. She's on the air because she cares. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
And you know I'm gonna get on Shaq with that picnic table suit.
Yo, this is Aries Spears on Fox Sports Radio.
We are Fox Sports.
I can feel it. Oh, my
Oh man, we are live in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, right here live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. Visit us on the web at foxsports1350.com. We're also streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
I got to give a big shout out to...
you don't have to shout me out.
I know.
Man. I mean, I get it. know.
I'm getting these messages from one of my biggest supporters, Tall Sweat Lip Jones. So I want to give a big shout out. I know it's my people.
Right.
Yeah, right. That's my people. Good folks.
Got you.
Good folks. But anyway, we're right here live in the great city of Riverside. As we talked about, Coach B, the Lakers. What are you gonna say about that, man? What are you gonna say about? I mean,
well, it's one game.
No. I need to say
it's
this.
One game.
It needs to be said. Big shout out to my guy Isaac, Coach Isaac. He does a lot of great stuff out here with the kids out here in the Riverside County area. But one of the things he tweeted out last night, he said, has AD gotten the key yet? And one of the things that I saw out there, I saw a lot of jump shooting, and AD almost kind of plays the way he plays so much around the perimeter, almost like a 2-guard, versus him being a 4 or a 5, where the Lakers are like, I think in this particular series, and they talked about it a lot. A lot of the people, a lot of the NBA analysts were saying that Anthony Davis is going to have to spend a lot more time at the 5 position because of the way that Houston spreads the ball out. But what you see, however, still is Anthony Davis, the bulk of his shots. If you look at his shot selection that happened, you see Anthony Davis taking the bulk of his shot attempts were from the perimeter. Mm-hmm. You don't see him getting in the key, making these guys pay for the lack of height. Mm-hmm. And again, for me, that right there presents a huge problem. Obviously, we know he can do it. It's not a situation of him not being able to do it, but it goes back to what people were saying when they were with the Pelicans. It wasn't Anthony Davis that was banging down low. It was Boogie Cousins. Mm-hmm. Boogie Cousins was the one that was down there smacking people in the mouth, hitting them with a shoulder, getting busy down in.
Where is he at now?
Well, he's with the Lakers, but he's on injury. He's hurt right now.
Gotcha.
He did that Achilles right now.
Because he's not in the bubble.
He's not in the bubble at all.
Right.
We're doing big things. Big shout out to Boogie Cousins. He's doing a lot of great work in the community. But again, he's not with the Lakers right now.
Right.
And again, right now with JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, they can't guard the perimeter.
Right.
So the defensive liability. So Anthony Davis has to go in. But right now, again, this is just my philosophy on that. This Houston series could really very well go 7 games. You heard it here first.
Right. I think so as well. And I think that the Lakers, they've not really been tested. The first series, Dame had a great game. And, that's the great thing about these playoffs. These playoffs are going to be different because you don't have a home court.
Right.
So it's a unique situation, to be honest. I know the Clippers are a quote-unquote favorite, just like the Lakers. But this is the one year I don't think there is a favorite. Because, you always, and you and I, we've been around long enough to see playoffs. There's always someone who has a superhuman game because they have the home crowd. They're amped up.
Right.
But I don't know.
Not this year.
But who surprised me was Morris Sr. I mean, he played out of his brain. But his wife is pregnant. So, he's going to have a baby soon. He's going to leave the bubble.
Say again?
He said he's going to leave the bubble.
Oh,
his wife has the baby. He's going to. So that's going to, depending when, and you say she is.
She's right there. She's right there.
So that's, and I think with the bubble, you have to be out 10 days, right?
Yeah.
Without travel. That's going to be.
Yeah. Well, and
I get it. I'm a father of 3.
No, you want to be there. You want to be there.
Yes.
It's one of those. Because what are you going to say to somebody that says, "Hey, I want to be there for my"? Like this time we're living in, Coach B. Those are the things we don't talk about. I mean, it's that personal aspect of it. How it could affect the playoffs so significantly. Right. However, one of the things about the Clippers that they do present, as opposed to the Lakers, is how deep they are at all the positions. A lot of depth on there. I mean, because if you're taking right now, let's say for instance, let's say if Morris can't go, you got Jermichael could come off the bench.
He's a guy I forgot about.
Yeah, and so he's another guy that comes off there, and really kind of can facilitate and play that 3 the same way that Morris or the 4 if needed. I think like right now, Morris has kind of been playing more of the 4 position. So yeah, I mean, right now the Clippers are very, very deep. You haven't even seen Joakim Noah yet come off the bench.
Right, and Joakim, I think he's hurt, right?
I think he is hurt. You know what I mean? Right. Joe. But again, another big body that could come off the bench if needed. But again, I think I've been so impressed with the Clippers. And again, the Lakers, we're going to see it because everybody says, hey, the Portland series, same thing happened, whereas, Portland came out, smacked the Lakers in the mouth game 1,
right,
and the Lakers ran 4 straight off of them.
And that's the thing, the great thing about basketball and playoffs and adjustments. You're bound to make adjustment. You take that first shot and you get it, and I'll tell you right now, with the return of Patrick Beverly, the Clippers are a different team. So you have Beverly and you have Jackson. Who's another guy who's forgotten? Is Magruder.
Yeah, I mean, and he's not. I mean, again, that's what I'm saying.
He is no slouch.
Well, you're gonna probably.
He could start on some. He could start on a couple of teams in the NBA.
Well, then another guy that you know well is Terence Mann.
That's the guy.
And he's a guy right now that
they're just so deep.
Yeah, he got significant minutes night before last because we literally ran Denver. I mean, and I told everybody, I said that's a broom right there.
Right.
I don't know what people were thinking they were going to win a game. That is the broom.
You know what? I will give, because they're all professionals.
Right.
This is the NBA. I'll give Denver a game.
I don't
because here's the thing. I would say that guard.
They get hot. But
Murray is legit.
But let me tell you something. They are double, and I mean they're not letting him see, and that's the difference of because we have such good perimeter defense.
Right.
I say we we talk about the Clippers.
Yeah.
I get a little emotional talking.
We're talking the Los Angeles Clippers.
Yeah, and again, it's Coach B and Eternal right here live on Fox Sports Radio AM 1350. Again, available on the iHeartRadio app. Talking about the LA Clippers right now, NBA playoffs right here on the NBA bubble.
Right, and the thing about playoffs is playoffs are made for matchups, and that's the problem that's happening with Milwaukee.
Right.
The Heat are a bad matchup for them, and this is one thing they were talking about on TV yesterday. Houston's a bad matchup for the Lakers because they're small.
Right.
And the Lakers are an old-fashioned big body team.
Right.
But when you look at the Clippers, you have, like you said, you got Kawhi. You got Paul George, two of the best wing defenders. One thing that I think was not highlighted enough was the job that Morris Sr. did on Luka Doncic.
No, exactly.
Because all you saw was a flagrant foul, and I get it. But if you look at him, when he was on him, he locked up Luka.
Well, see, again, I think, you and I, we come from the era of the playground basketball. We were at the rec centers playing basketball. And you and I, we've seen fouls like that. I mean, that was an everyday thing. And I get it. You don't want to ever see a star guy get hurt.
Right.
But, I mean, we come from the area. It's just tough basketball. It's playoff basketball.
In the words of Shaq, you got to touch him up.
You gotta. Let me tell you something. Like, when I played, look, Luka's a star. That guy is good. He's gonna.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. He will be considered very, very soon in the top 5 NBA players quickly.
Right.
Believe it when I tell you. That guy is special. However, but with guys like that, you see what they used to do to Jordan.
Yeah.
They used to rough him. You got to rough him up.
You got to touch him up.
And so what Luka's going to do, he's going to build his body up. He's going to be, and Lord, I mean, my goodness, if he does, NBA, watch out, because he's already a big guy. So, you got to.
He's like Magic. Magic was 6'9" when he came in. He can handle the rock.
Exactly. Just that same thing. I mean, there was only so much you could really do to him.
Because he was so much bigger. Yeah. It's kind of like, and the thing is, if they would allow AD to run more like Scottie Pippen, because AD was a point guard in high school,
right?
And you can see he still has the ball handle. I mean, but you got a guy that's almost 7 feet that can handle the rock like that.
But see again, that's the situation where Giannis is having a problem right now. See, when you have your big guy bringing up the ball, it creates problems because now
you can see Scottie Pippen. That's what he did.
Well, but what I'm saying is, again, Scottie Pippen was able to have the luxury of having a Jordan though.
True.
So that
not very many people got that.
Exactly. So you could do different. Scottie Pippen had the luxury of kind of doing some different things, but like for guys like Giannis and AD, they need those guys to do something different.
Right.
And right now everybody wants to shoot the three, and this is why you're seeing people suffer. And again, this is why you're going to see the Clippers do well, because Zubac plays his role.
Right.
The young, 22 years old, he knows what his role is: to go down there, smash mouth people, dunk on people's head, and get physical.
Right.
And grab glass. That's
it. Then straight backs, a.k.a. Kawhi. I'm looking at the team leaders. Look at this for a Kawhi Leonard. I mean, this guy.
Hold on a second. Let me get some drums.
And I always talk about this because playoff Kawhi and regular season Kawhi are two different players.
Talk to me, man.
So for the Los Angeles Clippers, your team leader in points, averaging 32.3 points, Kawhi Leonard. Your leader in rebounds, averaging 9 rebounds per game, Kawhi Leonard.
Valley.
Your leader in assists per game, averaging 4.9 assists, Kawhi Leonard. Your leader in steals per game, averaging 2.3 steals per game, is Kawhi Leonard. I mean, this guy is he's just next level.
Yeah, and look, and like we always say, man, like we keep saying this stuff, man. Like, we just keep talking about how special this guy is. I mean, look,
out of Moreno Valley.
And like I said, man, we got ladies and gentlemen, we got a star in our midst.
Those are his playoff numbers.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And so we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we're gonna gloat a little bit more about young straight backs. Okay. I mean, I ain't gonna, we're gonna talk about that Reggie Miller interaction that we saw, or that we heard and saw on last night before last broadcast. And then we'll come back. We also have some football news, because football, Coach B, I mean,
it's back.
Look, I mean, a lot of people thought it wasn't gonna happen. I mean, almost like the Ice Cube, growing the curl back. Nobody thought it was gonna happen.
He never grew the curl back.
I know, he never really did. But the NFL is I can almost smell the fresh grass, Coach B.
Absolutely.
So we'll come back.
And the high school programs are getting prepared too. Because I saw a great story with Coach Logan was talking about. He's getting ready.
Coach,
he's
man, getting ready. We're gonna talk about it, Coach.
We got to start getting some high school coaches in, because it looks like a reality.
No,
it's going to happen.
Look, next week we're starting.
So let's do it.
So let's do it.
So let's do this. You're listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, with Coach B
and Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here, live on Fox Sports 1350. We're right back after this.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
IE Sportsnet is the longest-running #1 sports talk show originating from the Inland Empire. Every week since 2013, Coach B and Eternal have brought you the best sports coverage from Riverside and San Bernardino counties. In addition to our top-rated show, IE Sportsnet also produces 10 events annually: the Inland Valley Classic All-Star Series, the Riverside Sheriff's Association All-Star Classic Series, and 215 All-Star Classic Series. These events attract over 5,000 spectators. Now is the perfect time to market your brand on one of the world's most recognizable stations, Fox Sports Radio, for as low as $25. That's right, you can advertise with Coach B and Eternal on IE Sportsnet and Fox Sports AM 1350 for as low as $25. Contact our account exec today, staff at IESportsnet.com, or follow up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at IE Sportsnet.
We are Fox Sports.
Farmers Insurance, the office of Stacey Ann Holgate, is a proud sponsor of Inland Empire Sports. Located in Riverside at 3641 Adams Street, Stacey Ann's office is able to assist you with your financial goals in planning for your future. Her office can also assist you with your business insurance, home, auto, and much more. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899. And mention Fox Sports AM 1350. Stacey loves her community and the kids in it. She knows they are the future, and investing in them is an investment towards a healthier community. Wouldn't you want to do business with someone who cares about your children almost as much as you do? Contact Stacey Ann Holgate's insurance agency at 951-977-9899 for ways she can help you and your family with all of your insurance needs today. Located at 3641 Adams Street in Riverside, California, Stacey Ann Holgate Insurance Agency. She's on the air because she cares. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, postoperative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. All are welcome whom aren't afraid to recover their potential.
What's up, world? This is your favorite comic, Tony Rock. And you're checking out Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. When it comes to Inland Empire, conversation starts and stops here. I know, I see how it is. You want to cut my mic off. It's all good, man. I'm trying to shine, but it's all good. It's all good, man. Make sure you follow us at foxsports1350.com, and we're streaming at the iHeartRadio app. I can't wait till we get cameras in here, man. Then people can see how you victimize me.
That was a true professional right there, brother. You kept it pushing.
Remember, you got to keep talking when they're talking in your ear. We got to tell them that story.
Oh, I know, right?
We're broadcasting the Agua Caliente Clippers game, and they talk to you while you're talking.
Oh, my God.
And then when we go to commercial, you say, hey, man, you got to keep talking. And then they do it to you. You're like, yeah. So the behind the scenes is going to be amazing.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Again, right?
You got to keep talking, though.
Got to keep going. The show must go on. We just got some, Jason McIntyre actually broke it right before we came on air, Coach B. About the monster contract that went to the
Dallas Cowboys quarterback. No, he the guy in Dallas didn't get a big contract.
Hey, that's why you guys are starting Tyrod Taylor.
Hey, I'll take it. Tyrod.
Let me tell you something, and I like Tyrod too.
Yeah.
But that's why y'all starting Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, Tyrod. Well, the good thing about Tyrod and was Dak
Dakota
is neither one of them have big contracts.
No. Dak's getting paid. He got a franchise.
He's still getting paid, but has he gotten paid?
No, he's getting a franchise tag. He gonna get paid.
Okay,
keep it up. But yeah, Deshawn Watson, monster contract from the Texans. Wow, I mean, and it can't go to a more deserving guy. Quick backstory on Deshawn Watson, if a lot of folks don't know. A gentleman by the name of Warwick Dunn, star running back.
One of my favorite running backs ever, man. Same size as me, everything.
Yeah, star running back for Florida State, then went to the Falcons, and I think went to the Bucks too, if I'm not mistaken. But had a program where he was buying houses for single mothers that were going through it, and one of the families
because the backstory is his mother was a security guard. She passed away, so it's one of those things he got involved with the community because he grew up without his mother.
Exactly, and one of the families that he helped out, ironically, was Deshawn Watson. There's pictures.
We need to tweet that picture out.
Yeah, well, there's pictures of
it.
Where Deshawn Watson, this kid, his single mother, and it's Deshawn Watson. I want to say like 3 of his siblings. And he was a recipient of one of the houses that was funded by Warwick Dunn's nonprofit organization. And now you see this guy, one of the kids that got this. It just talks about opportunity. And Deshawn Watson actually tweeted that out yesterday.
Right.
Was talking about like how that changed his life. And now you see this young man go on to be a star football player, quarterback, and is one of the highest paid NFL players. And the story just insane. Just a crazy story right there. And again, not a guy that's very, just yesterday he was talking about giving back to one of the gentlemen that lost his house.
Yes,
they did that story that's circulating about the young kid that lost his house.
Pay it forward.
And he was just trying to help him out yesterday. So just again, just a great story. Couldn't happen to a greater person.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, pay it forward. And like you said, work done. When you think about it, man, when you think of the NFL, you think of these massive, like one of the guys that I grew up hearing, you'd be very familiar with him, like Ed Too Tall Jones.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember. Was
Howie Long on those boys? I mean, yeah. Ed Too Tall was like 6'8". Yeah,
6'8", and he's like 300 plus.
Oh, goodness.
And you think of that when you think of the NFL, you think of these Goliaths. But then when I heard about Warwick Dunn when he was at Florida State, at the time USC football was in the trash can, so I started watching Florida State, and then I hear that this guy's only 5'9".
Right.
And he's out there getting it. And at that time, that was around the time Barry Sanders was a guy too.
Yeah.
And you think those guys are my size. You're like, how are they doing this?
And just the nicest guy in the world.
Absolutely.
Not all we think football, they're just salivating at the mouth.
Absolutely.
None of that stuff. Just a really nice guy. And just, his story. And like you said, that he actually went and talked to the guy that actually ended up that murdered his mother. Just a different human being altogether. But Deshaun Watson, man, congratulations to that gentleman, man.
$160 million contract, 4 years.
Can I borrow $1? Ooh, you start now.
Right, absolutely.
Caught the vapors. But Coach B, like we were talking about, football is upon us. We were just talking about that monster contract. My Dallas Cowboys. Tell you what, how about them Cowboys? Let me tell you something. I am.
Oh, my.
Fired up about my Cowboys. We will be winning the Super Bowl this year, Coach B.
Well, you guys say that every year, so what else is new?
Well, let me tell you something. We're box office. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be weird to see
football. You guys
football.
say that every year. But, here's the thing. I say this. They just announced that the Chargers and the Rams are not going to have fans. So at least this year we'll have a home field advantage. And I'm talking about the Los Angeles Chargers. So this year we will have a home field advantage. I am a Chargers fan.
Hey, well, truth be told, that's kind of sad in a way because we're not going to be able to go to that new stadium. But that's going to be the gift and the curse. The curse, we're not going to be able to go there. The gift is they're now going to be able to just fine tune that thing, and get that stadium right.
It's going to be legit. I think it's like $4 billion they dropped in it. So
I mean, after they kicked everybody out that park.
And you talk about Inglewood. I mean, they have. When they lost the Lakers, it was a downer for the city. But look at them now. Now they have the two LA teams, and now they're going to have the Clippers team. Ooh. I mean, wow, did they turn that thing? That mayor out there is getting it done.
Yeah, and this behind quite a bit of controversy. We got to say that. But nonetheless, it's going down out there. I mean, a lot of people knew this was going to happen. I mean, and sorry for the form. I mean, everybody thought the form was going to be. But the Forum is doing well.
The Clippers own the Forum now. They bought the Forum from the New York Knicks.
Did they?
Yes. So Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer. So I don't want to get into it, but Steve Ballmer basically bought the Forum. So now Steve Ballmer owns the Forum.
Jerry Jones them, huh?
Yeah. Steve Ballmer owns the Forum now.
Wow.
So yes. So
are we gonna be playing at the Forum?
No. So
okay. So that's what you said. I got you. I understand. So what he did is he bought it out to stop.
Yes. Yeah.
Shut him down. Open up shop.
Yeah.
Understood.
So he got it. So it's all good. But one thing that I want to talk about, I know we're getting pressed up against the clock.
Yes.
Is I don't know if you've seen this. It's kind of shots fired. It's a whole thing with Scottie Pippen.
Coach B, yes, please.
Scottie Pippen and
Brian.
No, it's and Jay Williams. Because have you all seen all that in Richard Jefferson's where it all started?
That's where it started, yes.
Where basically, Scottie Pippen took a shot. And basically Richard Jefferson was saying that Giannis might be Pippen, and he's not Jordan. Yeah. And Scottie Pippen said, basically this is verbatim for Scottie Pippen. I'm not Giannis. I don't have back-to-back league MVPs, which he might have in a couple of days. He's not me. The question is, who were you as a player? And that's his shot to Richard Jefferson. Shots fired. Now, guys that play supportive roles really shouldn't. When Jordan retired,
right?
Scottie Pippen had a monster year.
Yes, he did.
They won more games.
Yes, they did.
The year that Jordan wasn't in the league. Right. So Scottie Pippen is.
Well, no, they did. No. Because you got to think that they 82-win season. Was
I'm sorry. The very next season. I'm sorry. I was like, the very next season they actually did better.
Yes.
But yes.
No, but and here's a situation. As you mentioned, Richard Jefferson was definitely a role player, an NBA player nonetheless. I mean, to us mere humans out here, he could ball us up. But when you're, and that's the thing when you become an analyst, which is why again I always like guys like Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose,
water pistol,
water pistol Pete, which is probably some of the best TV ever, sports TV, at least in terms of. What we do, sports news TV. At any rate, but again, respect to those former NBA players who, again, when you can be critical of somebody, but you have to be careful about when you do this Batman and Robin kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because you're almost kind of like you're being disingenuous, number one, but then further, you're not really giving everybody their just due. You're almost saying like Scottie Pippen's some B-list player,
right?
You know what I mean? And that's really
Scottie Pippen's one of the 20 best players ever.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's very, very, very disrespectful.
Jordan never won without Scottie Pippen. That's something no one talks about.
That part right there. So go run, tell that right there. And ain't never run without Philly Jack. So
and then with the LeBron thing, it was LeBron and Jay Williams that were going at it. Where Jay Williams had made the comment about Scottie Pippen. LeBron was Pippen to D Wade. And then LeBron says, explain to me what I got to do with this subject matter. I'm over here minding my business, preparing for Houston. And by the way, I ain't nobody's but myself. But and then he put a little more in there.
And well,
a little more.
Obviously,
so LeBron is taking shots. My thing is,
well, he need to prepare more for Houston.
Yeah, that part. That part. He got them SoCal boys. SoCal ain't no joke.
SoCal out here represent. Russell, and let me tell you something. Russell Westbrook might wear some of the tightest pants I've ever seen on a man before. But I'm telling you, hey, it's true words. but that's my guy, though. I rock with, hey, Danger Russ, that's my guy right there.
Alrighty. Yeah, Russell West, but he's a fashion guy. Him and Cam.
They got more fashion than me. I mean, I ain't there yet. So
we're at the 59-minute mark. Thank you for listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association. With Coach B.
Andy Turno. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here live on Fox Sports 1350. Again, big shout out to the Riverside County Sheriffs for making Deputy Craig. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We're really excited about you being on. And again, make sure you guys go check out Dive.
Yes. His website, I will pull it up.
Please, come on.
Right, absolutely. It says DiveGuardians.org.
Dive Guardians. Sorry about that. DiveGuardians.org, please.
Absolutely.
Go support them.
Let's go ahead and do this.